Hot take, Max C deserves an animation.
Welcome to another video, and today I am the fish god. That's right, because I am playing Ghotis with Exodia. And you might be thinking this is crazy. You're crazy. You're right. I am crazy. And what else am I doing that's crazy? We're playing a 60 card deck, alright? We'll explain everything, alright? We'll explain it all. I'll explain my madness. But first, watch this, alright? Lifeless Leaffish, send to the graveyard a shift. We're going to activate Heart of the Blue Eyes, add the Millennium Ankh to the hand. We are going to activate the shift in the graveyard. It's going to come back next turn. Alright, what's the downside of Exodia Millennium Ankh? It shuffles away all your non-Exodia monsters, okay? But the Ghotis, they summon themselves on your opponent's turn. So you banish your Ghotis, you fire off the Ankh, and now you've got your Ghotis coming back on the opponent's turn. Opponent throwing the Max C at us, alright? I don't even care, alright? You should have saved that Maxi for your turn. Let's show them the Exodia pieces. Check out my body, alright? It's Exodia. Let's get the Exodia on the field. We got a Spell Trap Negate. We shuffle our fish away. We set the Exod Fires of Rage, which we had in the hand. And then I'm still playing it. Obliterate, our second target to search for with the Exodia. Lets us send an Exodia piece or Exodia card, or Forbidden card, I think. Forbidden one piece, alright? From the deck to the graveyard, bounce a card. So we got one extra Exodia piece in the deck in order to send, alright? That's, I'll just show you guys while I'm here, alright? While I'm here, it's this one. We got one legendary Exodia, alright. Let's go. Fish comes back. Thankfully, we have a Bestial Druisworm in the hand. Usually, you're going to use the extra Millennium monsters as your material to summon with the Ghotis, but today we got a Bestial. Opponent, what are they doing? They're activating a Chaos Space, discarding a card to search for a lighter dark monster. So this is some sort of Dragon Link deck, maybe. I will negate this because it's a 2-for-1. They discarded a card to activate, so we're gonna negate this with the Exodia. Sometimes this sort of thing is bait, but I'm not gonna let it go. Centurions. Opponent is also playing Synchro Summon on your opponent's turn deck. They're going to activate the stand-up Centurion. They're going to discard and send the Centurion Trudea to the back row. We are going to respond to the activation of the Trudea. Alright, it's a once per turn. We're going to activate Exod Fires of Rage. Opponents use their normal summon. They use their Trudea effect in the back row. We wipe away the field. The field spell won't get wiped away. Opponent responding with Bestial Druisworm. This is one of the best ways to get rid of Exodia. If you're really scared of Exodia, you're like, oh no, what do I do? How do I deal with Exodia? Alright, you Bestial Druisworm, steal the Heart of the Blue Eyes, get rid of that piece of secret interaction in the graveyard, and then you send your Bestial Druisworm to the graveyard anyhow, and it's going to send the Exodia. So what do we do? Alright, we stop it with our own Bestial. We're going to target our own Blue Eyes. I'm sorry, Blue Eyes, that we had to do this to you. We're going to get the Bestial Druisworm on the field. We're going to wipe away opponent's monsters. They get to keep their Bestial Druisworm in the hand. Wipe it away. Now we get to Synchro a fish. Synchro the Azcan. Where is it? In the extra deck. Synchro the Azcan. Banish their field spells so they can't Synchro Summon. And then we get our fish back. We can still bounce a monster to the hand. We get to search for another Exodia piece. Opponent, they know they're cooked. Exodia Godfish does it. You see it here first. All right, you seen it here first. 60 card Exodia Fish. Let's go on to the next game. All right, if you like this sort of content, make sure to subscribe. We'll have more quality content in the future. And what is this hand? All right, this hand is some nonsense, okay? I am playing 60 cards, and we're going to talk about it right now because this is silly. All right, I'm playing 60 cards so that the odds of drawing my Exodia pieces are lower. All right, we got 5 bricks that have to be in the deck. So I just threw a bunch of extra starters in to kind of like, you know, dilute the Exodia pieces so that this wouldn't happen. But it's going to happen anyway. That's fine. You know what? This hand is still serviceable. All right, let's activate the fish, Beautiful Fish, summon a Lifeless Leaffish. We have our Millennium Ankh, all right? We do have the Ankh, but we don't have you know, another play. So we're gonna do the fish, summon our fish, and we're gonna see if we can bait opponent's interaction, and we may summon our fish on the opponent's turn. It's an extra body, extra blocker. All right, but we have a play. All right, any monster plus the shield or the other Exodia illusion monsters gives us a really sick play. Let's show it off. All right, we're not even going to use this fish except as a body. All right, we're going to use it. We're going to get the Millennium Monk to the hand. We are going to link summon the Silhouette Rabbit. And you're thinking, hey, wait a minute. Hold on a second. You secretly actually do have something to do with your fish now. Because we're going to Silhouette Rabbit and we're going to set a trap in the back row. Now, I am playing Angel Statue. This is kind of the best trap to get with your rabbit. Once you summon it, it can negate a summon of a monster. So it's a very powerful card. But it's also a level 4 on the field, which means we can use it with our fish to synchro summon in the opponent's turn. That's right. Sneakily, I had a way to use the fish this whole time. But there's probably other traps you could play that have higher levels you could use with your fish, but I think this is the best one. We're going to activate the Millennium Monk. We're going to reveal. We're going to show opponent our pristine Exodia pieces. My grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, and I summon the Exodia Incarnate. We're going to shuffle away our rabbit, but we still got the trap as interaction. We have the Exod Powers of Rage to wipe opponent's field away, and we got our fish coming back. Let's activate our Azurune in the main phase, get our fish back, all right, because we want to play around opponent having, weird nonsense that special summons. We can just negate the summon with the Azurune. We can start our Ghotis plays. Opponent triple tactics. We activate a monster effect. Rip. We're not going to negate this though. We'll negate the second thing. Negate whatever they search for. Opponent activating grass. Opponent is probably thinking, their big brain, they're like, you fool, I'm going to mill so many cards with my grass looks greener. They probably did not look at my deck count. Mill 2 cards. Opponent, you mill your Branded in High Spirits and your Called by the Grave. That is not a very good grass looks greener. And opponent scoops in shame. They cannot fight through the Exodia fish. Too much to deal with. And then the psychic damage of having your grass looks greener, seeing all the Exodia pieces in the hand, it was too much for them. We actually did have lethal on their turn through Exodia, so maybe that was why they scooped, because we get to obliterate, search for an Exodia piece, set another obliterate, search for another Exodia piece, and that would have been very sick. But opponent scooping in shame. Let's go on to the next game. All right, on to the next game. We got some more Exodia pieces, and I don't know how this keeps happening. All right, we got 55 cards. We got 60 cards in the deck. We're still going to draw 2 Exodia pieces, but that's fine. All right, we are going to activate our King Sarcophagus. We are going to send Imseti to the graveyard. That's right. We had to fill our deck with something, so I'm filling it with Horus pieces. All right, backup stuff to do. We try not to draw all the Exodia bits. We're going to discard the arm here. It seems like it's risky to do that, but we can get it back with the Exod Fires of Rage that we discarded. So the arm is safe. All right, it's safe. Let's get the Happy on field. Let's summon our Silhouette Rabbit and get our little rabbit trap, the Angel Statue. We're going to set one little Forbidden Droplet, and we're going to pass turn. Opponent, what can you do? We got Rabbit. We got Angel Statue. Opponent playing Trap Tricks. Uh-oh. That could be bad for us. That could be bad. All right, now, Rabbit has a secret effect that nobody knows about except me. All right, no one knows about this, all right? But when you summon, all right, your continuous trap, you get to destroy a spell trap your opponent controls. So, we're going to sneakily pop their back row, maybe. Opponent. Trap Tricks getting summoned. Trap Tricks Hold Chilla has been set, and we could try and pop this, but opponent can activate it in response, so that will not work. Opponent Hold Chilla discarding to summon. We're going to activate Scare Opponent by adding an Exodia piece to the hand. That's just for psychic damage, alright? We talk a lot about psychic damage on this channel. You never underestimate the power of psychic damage. Opponent summons their Hold Chilla. They get to activate, search for their deck for a Trap Tricks and set it. They're going to set a trap. We're going to try and pop the trap. It is going to not be popped, though, because opponent protects with the Arachnocampa. The Arachnocampa Protect. Opponent going to battle. I think they feel like they could destroy our Silhouette Rabbit, but they forgot that illusion monsters can't be destroyed by battle. Weird effect for them to all have, but that's how they work. Opponent summoning their Rafflesia, and we are going to not let that happen. We're going to negate the summon with our Angel Statue, so it will not be able to activate its effect. And it says it's unaffected by trap effects, but I'm not sure if this is still a trap while it's a monster. It says it is, but I guess because it wasn't summoned yet, the summon's negated. It doesn't have its trap protection. So there you go. Your Yu-Gi-Oh rules, we're learning all about them right here. All right, back to our turn. Drawing a Bistral does nothing against Trap Tricks because all their monsters are dark, or not dark, sorry, they're all earth. But we do have the ability to resummon our Bistrals from the graveyard. Opponent's going to do some stuff. They're going to get back their Arachnocampa. we are going to immediately summon our Imseti Gloria Horus. And opponent is going to immediately activate Terrifying Trap Hole Nightmare. What is this going to do? It's going to target the monster that we summoned, destroy it, and then they get to banish a monster from our graveyard. That's not good, alright? If they have a hole trap. They don't have a hole trap. So I guess that's fine. But then they're going to also search with the Trap Tricksera, which is not fine. So let's stop that from happening. Activate Droplet, dodge the targeting effect of the Terrifying Trap Hole. And we're going to negate the Sarah. Sarah get negated. No search for you. No trap set. Let's special summon the Happy. Let's attack opponent's monster. Sadly, the bunny works both ways. Alright, their monster also doesn't get destroyed. So, safe from destruction. We're going to activate Bestial Druid Swarm, banishing our own horse to get an extra attack in. Crash into this Dinonia. And do we have anything to do with our monsters main phase 2? We do. We have the SP Little Knight. Banish opponents face down. And then we have the SP Little Knight interaction. We also get to send their monster on the field to the graveyard. And opponent's card is Chain Hole. When your opponent activates a monster effect in response to a card or effect, negate it. Then we banish a card from their hand or deck with the same name. Okay, so, and if we don't, we banish a card from their hand. So they're trying to attack our hand. They're trying to make us banish an Exodia piece. Well, opponent, nice try, but thankfully I have a second Bestial Druid Swarm, so I'm going to banish that instead of banishing an Exodia piece from the hand. Alright, opponent clearly scared of Exodia. I think they searched for this card, actually. So, opponent really scared of Exodia here. Alright, opponent, you got one Trap Tricks. We got just SP Little Knight and not really much else. But if they pop the Little Knight with an effect, the Happy's going to trigger. So, we'll see what opponent does. Opponent making the Pingula, going to battle, popping the Little Knight. By battle, doesn't trigger the Happy, activates the Trap Tricks Garden. And are we in trouble? Opponent's setting up a lot of stuff. They got all their Trap Tricks. All we got is one little Happy versus the world. We can discard an Exodia piece or whatever card we draw to get another copy of... Send another copy of the Horus to the graveyard. We can send another copy. I don't know why our boy does not show up here, but we can send another copy of him to the graveyard and summon him. But look at all opponent's stuff, alright. Bottomless Trap Hole. Summoning Trap Tricks Klulara. Alright, what does this one do? It resets their trap, so they activate the trap, they get to set it again. So opponent set a Bottomless Trap Hole. Thankfully, alright, I'm not afraid of that. Because it destroys a monster, and our only monster that we're worried about getting destroyed, unaffected by destruction. King Sarcophagus will protect. So, our turn. We draw the best card we could have drawn here. Heart of the Blue Eyes. Let's teach opponent a lesson. Alright, opponent, your puny Trap Tricksera is sitting right there in attack mode. And you're about to learn a lesson. An Exodia lesson. Let's show off our body. Alright, our beautiful Exodia body. And here it is. Exodia. Baboost. 69,000 attack points. Trap Tricksera, you are cooked. Alright, where were the fish, though? They were still in the deck. Alright, we're drawing all Exodia bits, but we're not drawing the fish. Let's go on to the next game. Alright, we got our Exodia pieces. We got our Exodia pieces, but we don't have our fish, alright? I don't know what it is about the Exodia pieces and the fish, but sometimes we draw our Exodia bits, we don't draw the fish. Opponent, Ash Blossoming, our search. That is a 2-for-1 for them. Melody the Awakening Dragon gets negated, but... this was the one we wanted. We wanted the Blue Eyes. Opponent fell for the bait. They took the bait. Heart. Activate. Opponent gonna max C. Opponent, that max C is gonna equal draw 1. Alright. Not gonna be enough. Let's search for the Millennium Ankh. Let's activate our Ankh. Opponent, you get one singular card. C every piece of Exodia. Alright, witness the glory of Exodia. Individually clicking each piece. Definitely 100% necessary. Opponent gets one card. We set our Exod Fires of Rage. And we passed. We got Blue Eyes in the graveyard. We got Heart of the Blue Eyes in the graveyard. We got Exod Fires of Rage to pop the whole field. Opponent activating opening. They are playing Yubel. Yubel summon Dark Beckoning Beast. Add to the hand. Chaos Summoning Beast. Normal summon. Additional normal summon with the Dark Beckoning Beast. And link into the Unchained Soul. Alright, we're going to let all this go. Alright, I'm letting it all go. They're going to search. Search for the Unchained Soul. Was it right to pop before they summon the Unchained Soul? It might have been, but I was waiting for them to activate opening of the Spirit Gates. We know they have a second copy in the hand, so popping it doesn't stop them from activating, and pretty confident that if they get the activation of this, they get to summon things, and it's going to be bad news. So they're activating it now. It is a hard once per turn. All right, I think it says on here you can only activate one opening of the Spirit Gates per turn. Oh, okay, so never mind. We could have just popped it. All right, my bad. My bad. We don't read the cards here. This is not a reading channel. Exile fires a Rage pop. The pop will negate here. Opponent activating their Gruesome Gravestormer in response so that they can get it into the graveyard by getting it popped. Still got our spell negate with the Exodia. Opponent activating the Squirmer, going to summon their Yugioh. We're going to trigger our Blue Eyes in the graveyard zone. Opponent going to pop their Yugioh in response with the Unchained Soul to negate our Blue Eyes effect. That has no target, does not summon. They pop their Yugioh, they trigger the Yugioh. We still got our spell negate. Opponent, triggers the Unchained Soul, summons the Yugioh, pops the Yugioh, there we go. Summons a Yugioh Terra Incarnate going into Unchained Soul of Rage, but Unchained Soul of Rage not activatable on their turn, only activatable on our turn. Opponent setting an Escape of the Unchained, which is not activatable right now either. Summoning a Phantom of Yubel to negate. Opponent going to battle, attacking. Alright, what does Phantom of Yubel say? Alright, because you can kind of use this to figure out, is this effect going to work on Exodia's effect that activates in the damage step? It says when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, tribute this card, the effect becomes destroy a Yubel in the hand. This effect does not negate the activation of a card. Alright, it does not negate the activation. It doesn't adjust the attack of a monster, and therefore it is not activatable in the damage step. And if you click here, you can see we're doing damage calculation. That is when Exodia's effect activates. So a lot of effects not activatable at that time. So opponent probably thought they got us with the Phantom, but they do not got us with the Phantom. They got themselves. Opponent played themselves. Unchained Soul of Rage, KOing itself, adding the Unchained Soul back to the hand. But now we got an 8,000 attack. Unstoppable Exodia. Opponent negating our Exodia effect to set a card on the field. But opponent, what are you going to do? Popping an Exodia. You already popping a Yubel. You already popped all your Yubels this turn. Again, and a Yubel to the field. But they already activated its effect, so it does nothing when it's popped. It is a hard once per turn, I guess. Or they ran out of... Oh, it's not hard once per turn. When it's destroyed, special summon a Yubel Terra Incarnate. They already used their Terror. It's in their graveyard. I think it's in their graveyard. Who knows where it went? Oh, it got shuffled. It got banished. It's banished. Here it is. No, I don't know. Okay, it's shuffled back in the deck. Right. Yubel shuffling things back in the deck. Very hard to audit. Well, let's Exodia Fires of Rage. Add our Exodia head to the hand so the opponent can see. All right, we want them to see the face of what defeated them. Let's activate our Sark in order to do some fun plays, but opponent doesn't want to see it. They don't want to see us do any more fun plays. They know they were KO'd. It was rude to flex, but they actually were playing Yubel, so they could have had the Yubel in the hand. All right, they could have had the Spirit in the hand, and Spirit summons itself when we declare an attack. So we did need to do it. All right, we needed to do it. We needed to keep playing out our stuff. Not disrespectful. All right, but again, where are the fish? We're gonna keep playing until we see more fish. Let's go. All right, so before I settled on my idea of making this a 50 card deck, I was playing a 40 card version, and the 40 card version has higher odds to draw your Ghotis, but also higher odds to draw your random Exodia pieces. So that was why we switched to a 60 card version, but you know, we want to see our fish, so let's show off the fish. Opponent going first. Diabellstar Black Witch is here, activating, setting a Deception of the Sinful Spoils, and summoning a Diabellze. Diabellze is here. Alright, opponent activating Deception, tributing to summon or add to the hand and as a Mina card. We're gonna Ash Blossom that. Now this says that this says people aren't negating this effect. Alright, 74% of people not negating, but I think in this situation it was correct to negate. You let me know what you think. Opponent ending the turn. Max C doing nothing. Useless card. Let's draw Exodia Fires of Rage. Alright, let's start things off with the Ghotis, okay? Because if opponent negates our Ghotis, we got the backup plan, we got the Exodia. Opponent, there they go. Alright, Ash Blossom negating the fish. Negating the fish when the real play was right here. Alright, it was the heart in the hand. Activate our Blue Eyes, get our Millennium Monk. Activate the Golem, summon the Golem. Would have been very nice to have a fish here. Could have made a synchro. We love to make synchros here, but not today. Let's set our Millennium Ankh because, alright, opponent has a Diabelze, and what does this do? It actually has an effect. It says your opponent has to set spell trap cards before activating them. So I kind of got baited. I should have probably set my Fire Rage first, so opponent pops that by accident. But we do have the Wedju Temple, so it doesn't actually matter that opponent popped our Ankh because we can get another one. Well, let's activate the Wedju Temple. Wedju Temple, get the Sengenjin, summon the Sengenjin, get the Heart of the Blue Eyes, go to battle. Hold on a second. Alright, we made a mistake. We made a mistake. I already activated the Heart of Blue Eyes this turn. Can't activate a second one. So we don't get the Exodia. Oops. Alright, that's fine. Alright, we're going to hit opponent for some damage. Maxi in the field zone where it's useful. Alright, this is how Maxi is used. This is why it's so good. Use Wedju Temple. You set it on the field. You search for your Exodia piece. Let's make the Silhouette Rabbit. Let's set our trap. We got our Summon Negate. We have Exotic Fire's Rage doing nothing. We have the ability to pop a back row. Let's pop the back row right now. Pop the back row. Opponents reset this spell. They reset their Deception. Now it's popped. Opponent, you got 2 cards in hand. What can you do? Astalar of the White Forest summoning the Sylvie. Activating to reset their Sinful Spoils card on the field. And opponent, they have nothing else they can do. I don't know what happened. They gave up the will to live. I guess because they knew if they synchro summoned or summoned an XZ or summoned a Link, we negate the summon with the Angel Statue. Is that what happened? Opponent probably lost the will to live because of the statue, I'm guessing. Very cool. Next turn we had Exodia follow up. Our fish, they baited some interaction. That was what they did in this game. Sometimes that's necessary. Let's go on to the next one. All right. On to the next game. Opponent selected going second. Also, opponent, your name is very rude. All right. If you're going to spell out Fire Truck, you got to use all the letters. Very disrespectful. We got fish. We got Exodia. Let's get summoning now. Unfortunately, we don't have a second monster on the field. So our fish, not going to do anything right now. All right. Not going to do anything. We need a second monster in order to make the fish do something. So we're going to just hold the fish. Going to hold it for later. Call by the Grave is here. You can do follow-up plays with the fish. Okay, follow-up plays. Exodia is a negate, a full board wipe. Kind of better than a fish. Maybe I'm being disrespectful. Let's negate opponent's Pot of Desires. Opponent Pot of Desires is going to draw 2. So this is a 2 for 1. In our favor, negate the pot. Opponent, Heavy Storm. Going to wipe up the back row. Very not cool, opponent. Alright, very not cool. But we did still have to negate that pot. 100% necessary. Opponent playing Dora. Dora the Explorer means opponent is playing Tenpai. We are going to negate the Dora. We are going to believe in ourselves. And opponent is negated. Opponent, can you do anything else? They cannot. Oh my god, I was in peril right there. Alright, Tenpai, very scary. FCK. Gotta learn how to spell. Let's go on to the next game. Alright, opponent, again, selecting going second. Alright, we are in Tenpai world. Alright, it's a Tenpai world, you're just living in it. We got Golem. Golem gonna get summoning. No fish in this hand, alright. The fish, they're not always there. Alright, because you have to play so many Exodia pieces, the fish sometimes don't show up. When they're there, it's amazing. When they're not there, you're playing regular Exodia and you're having a great time. I honestly don't think that that's that bad after all. We're gonna add our Ankh to the hand. We're gonna set some Exodia pieces. We're going to show off our Ankh. We're going to get another Golem. We're going to Millennium Ankh. Not making the Silhouette Rabbit here. Probably a mistake. Probably should make the Silhouette Rabbit. But I wanted to test out what would happen if I just left my guys on the field. Alright. We got Maxi. We got Ash Blossom. We're going to set our Exotic Fire's Rage. It's going to be very difficult for opponent to get through this. Alright. Let's see what opponent can do. Opponent. Imperm negate. We are going to have to negate the negate. Keep our Exodia's ability to increase its attack. That's why it's very important to use your negates. Opponent, Harpy Feather Duster, going to wipe up the back row. Also sending our Blue Eyes to the graveyard. That could be relevant. Alright, Tenpai. If they synchro summon a monster with 3000 attack and it's not the one that stops us from activating effects in the battle phase, could get stopped here. Alright, we're going to Ash Blossom the Hydra. Hydra negated. Opponent activating the Kaiman. They got the Kaiman. We're going to Max C Teach him the power of cockroach and opponent scooping to the max C. All right, that was a close call. All right, that was a close call. I was very scared. But thankfully, it was fine. Now, what happens if opponent attacks Exodia? All right, Exodia dies if they have the one that stops us from activating effects. Exodia just dies. But if they attack Exodia with a Tenpai, he says once per turn he battles, he gains attack. So it's just once. All right, just once he gains attack. Just something to learn about. All right, let's go on to the next game. All right, on to the next game. We got our fish. We got our Exodia pieces. And what's this? All right, Wandering Griffin Rider. All right, this was my earliest build of the 60 card deck. I thought I would try out Adventure. I realized that was a mistake. Adventure not very good when you're also playing Exodia, so we cut it. But let's show off what it does right now. Right now it's doing nothing. We're just going to get a Lifeless Leaf Fish. Opponent Ash Blossoming our fish, but that's fine. All right, we have our fish in Banished Zone already. We have Paces banished. Opponent negating our fish, but it is fine. Let's shield. Shield going to activate, summon itself. Get the Ankh. We're going to make that Silhouette Rabbit. We're going to set our trap. And now we got the Ankh. We got the fish. We got the trap. We got everything going for us. We can do Ghotis plays. We can do Exodia plays. And opponent has had enough of Exodia. Our opponent's name is Exodia deck. And they're scooping to Exodia. But if we check the actual deck list, we can check their deck list. All right. We can actually check it. Let's just take a look. Confirm opponent's deck. They are playing Tenpai. They are not playing Exodia. They are a dirty liar. All right. They're a dirty liar, and they scoop to Exodia because they know their deck does nothing against the power of Exodia fish. Let's go on to the deck list. All right, here it is. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, you didn't synchro summon a single time today. And I know it made me sad. All right, I played all those games. I didn't get to synchro summon. Opponents always would negate my Ghotis. And Exodia got to take over the day. But you know, if your Ghotis are eating hand traps for you, like that means they're good. They're worth including. All right. And this is going to be a long deck breakdown because we got a lot of cards in here. But let's go through it all. All right, guys. We obviously got one of every Exodia piece. We got triple Beautiful. Okay, this one's great because it searches our lifeless or it searches the tuners. Very powerful, very strong. 2 Maxi. One day it'll be 0 Maxi. Not today, but remember to dismantle your extra copy of Maxi if you have 3. You get that free 30 gems. All right, we got the Paces. We got the Shift. We got the Zep. One of each. Very light on the tuna fish because we don't need them in the hand very often. We want to send them to the graveyard directly. All right, there's our last Exodia piece. We got triple Ash Blossom. We got triple of the Lifeless Leaf Fish. We got triple of the Shield. We got some Bistrels. We got Pizza Hut. We got Druid Swarm ×2. We got triple of Golem. Triple of Imseti. 1 Happy. We got triple of the Sengenjin. Triple of the Heart of Blue Eyes. We got 1 legendary Exodia Incarnate. We got triple Melody to search for our Heart of Blue Eyes. We got triple Millennium Ankh. We got triple of the Field Spell. We got 2 copies of King Sark. We got 2 Call Buys, 2 Forbidden Droplets, 1 Obliterate Blaze, 1 Imperm, 2 copies of Exotic Fires of Rage, 1 Obliterate, 1 Angel Statue Azurune in the extra deck. I am running 3 Unstoppable Exodias. I'm running Arion Post. I'm running Psy-Frame Lord Omega. Okay, fun trick with this guy. Okay, you summon him on your turn. You make an 8 synchro. All right, maybe you have in your hand, maybe you have the Golem that guards the Millennium. Maybe you have that plus a Beautiful. You want to synchro summon. You synchro 8 your Psy-Frame Lord. You banish a card from opponent's hand. Psy-Frame Lord leaves the field, and he comes back later. He dodges Exodia's shuffle. So that's why that's what we can do. Cool play. All right, cool play. We got the Wayward Whale. We got the Azcan. We got the Baronda Fleur. We got Go to Deep Beyond. We got Typhon in the extra deck. He won me a game one time. Worth including. All right. We got 2 Link Spiders to turn our normal Exodia pieces into a SP Little Knight. We got Salamangre Almirage, which can kind of do something similar. If we have 2 normal monsters, we can summon the Almirage, and then you make your Little Knight banish, all right, or you normal summon a monster. Maybe you have a Beautiful, all right. You turn your Beautiful into an Almirage, and then your Little Knight banishes because you need to use a Link, all right. And we got the Silhouette Rabbit. So very fun deck. Very, very fun. I will be honest. All right. It was a lot of fun. a lot of variety with the 60 card piles. I don't usually play 60 cards, so this was quite fun, quite cool. It was also hilarious that after switching to 60, I seemed to somehow draw more of the Exodia pieces. So maybe the logic is flawed, but I'm pretty sure if I did the maths, it would show that the odds of drawing 3 of your 5 cards in a 60 card deck are lower than if you're playing a 40 card deck. So you let me know. Results may vary. Thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you back next time, and have a good night.